Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Creative Soul Storytime. As the whispering willow encourages a lost firefly to shine in a previous story, it also whispers to those who may have forgotten their true selves. I'm Ellie, your guide. Thank you for listening today. I hope this story will bless you and encourage you, like the willow, to stand tall in your own truth. In the quiet of the late afternoon, the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a golden light over the earth. A soft breeze stirred the leaves of the trees, bringing with it the scent of fresh earth and blossoming flowers. Amidst this peaceful scene, there sat a woman named Clara. She was weary, her shoulders slumped with the weight of her own exhaustion. Clara had spent the day, like many others, bending over backwards for everyone around her. She had made sure everyone else's needs were met, her family, her friends, her co-workers. She had smiled and said yes, even when her heart whispered no. But now, as the day drew to a close, she sat alone, overwhelmed by the weight of her unspoken needs. Tears welled up in her eyes as she let out a long sigh, her breath shaky. She had given so much of herself, but now she was drained. She felt lost, as if she had forgotten who she even was beyond the needs of others. As the tears began to fall, she noticed something. In the distance, near the edge of the forest, stood an ancient weeping willow tree. Its long, graceful branches hung low, swaying gently in the breeze, as if they too were weeping. Clara felt an inexplicable pull towards it, a quiet invitation. She stood up, wiped her tears, and walked towards the tree. When she reached the tree, she sank to the ground beneath its canopy of silver green leaves. The willow's branches hung heavy above her, casting a comfortable shadow. The air felt cool, almost magical, and Clara closed her eyes, her heart still heavy. But then something unexpected happened. The willow's voice, soft and soothing, whispered through the rustling leaves. "Why do you weep, dear one?" Clara blinked in surprise, her heart racing. She had never heard a tree speak before, but the voice was gentle and full of compassion, like a knowing friend. "I don't know who I am anymore," Clara whispered through her tears. "I try so hard to please everyone, to make them happy, but it's never enough. I'm so tired. I've forgotten what it feels like to take care of myself." The willow's branches swayed, as if understanding. Then with great tenderness the tree spoke again. "Ah, sweet one, I know the weight of giving so much of yourself to others. But tell me, have you ever given to yourself?" Clara sat in silence for a long moment. She realized with a jolt that she hadn't. She had always been there for others, but never for herself. She had shaped herself into what others wanted, bending to their needs without considering her own. The willow continued, its voice both soothing and wise. People-pleasing is born from a deep desire to be loved, to be accepted. But you, dear one, are already worthy of love and acceptance. Just as I stand tall, rooted firmly in the earth, you too must root yourself in who you truly are. Clara looked up at the willow, its long branches swaying with such grace, its form both powerful and flexible. It seemed to move with the wind, yet it never broke. "Look at me," the willow said softly. "I bend with the breeze, and I weep with the rain. But my roots remain strong in the earth. My branches stretch wide, yet I never try to be something I am not. I stand in my truth, rooted in who I am, no matter the storms I face. You too must root yourself in your own values, your beliefs, and your needs. Only when you know and embrace who you are can you stand tall and be the person you are meant to be." Clara's heart swelled with understanding, but the willow's words did not end there. "Your value is not dependent on others' approval, dear one. Just as I stretch my branches far and wide, I do not worry if every leaf is perfect or if every branch is loved. I am enough just as I am. So, too, are you. Your worth does not come from how others see you, but from the truth within you. You are whole, and your light shines without the need for validation." Clara's breath caught in her throat. The weight that had been pressing on her chest began to lift. She felt a sense of lightness, as if a fog were clearing. "The wind will blow," the willow continued, "but you will remain unbroken. Just as my branches sway with the wind, you too must learn to be flexible. Life will bring storms, criticism, and rejection, but remember, you are like the willow tree. You can bend, you can sway, but you will never break, for your roots are deep in your own truth." Clara felt a warm, comforting energy fill her from within. The willow's wisdom had touched something deep inside her. She stood up, feeling the earth beneath her feet, and for the first time in a long time, she felt centered. "Thank you," Clara whispered to the willow, tears still in her eyes, but these tears felt different, like tears of release, of letting go. "You are welcome, dear one," the willow replied softly. "Remember, when you forget who you are, return to me. Let the wind blow, let the storms come, and I will remind you that you are rooted in your truth, and you are enough just as you are." Clara smiled, her heart now open, her spirit lighter. She knew that from this moment forward she would stand strong in her truth, no longer bending to please others at the expense of her own well-being. As she walked away from the willow tree, the world seemed brighter. The sky was clear, and the breeze felt fresh against her skin. Clara knew that her journey had only just begun, but now she had the wisdom to walk it with confidence, rooted in who she was, unshaken by the winds of others' expectation. This story, my love, follows the empowering themes of self-acceptance, setting boundaries, and embracing your inner strength, all inspired by the wisdom of the weeping willow. It encourages a journey of self-discovery, reminding you that you are enough just as you are.